What is up everyone, welcome back to the SW Bricks and Figs channel. Today I have a pretty sick video about custom heads for your LEGO clone troopers. This is really awesome. I've started decaling and upgrading all of my heads for my LEGO clone troopers. Today I'm going to be showing you exactly where to get these decals, how to apply them, how easy they are, as well as showing you every single one that I have done for my collection so far. Before we get into today's video guys, make sure to smash that subscribe button. It really does help out the channel and the algorithm, as well as if you smash the like button and leave a comment down below telling me exactly what you think about all these clone trooper heads. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. So in the summer 2020 wave, we were graced with these awesome clone troopers in the 501st Battle Pack, the AAT and the Grievous Starfighter. And what was special about these clone troopers right here is that they featured a brand new head style for LEGO. So we've had a few iterations in the past. We've had the sort of Clone Wars style clone troopers, we've had the angry clone faces, we've even had the plain black heads. But now we are here with what I believe is the most accurate and best clone trooper head that LEGO has ever given us. So for that reason, I didn't want to just have my 501st troops having these awesome heads. I decided I'd try and deck out all of my custom clone troopers with these really awesome heads. And something that definitely helped this out is that LEGO decided to list these on their website, so you can buy them individually for around 30p or 30 cents per head, which is an amazing price. So I've ended up picking up a load of them, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you some really cool ways that I have customized them to match the different head styles, different face tattoos and scarring that we see on all the different clone troopers from the Clone Wars animated TV show. Some of the heads that I have coming up are really awesome, including of course Captain Rex, Cody, and even some newer clones such as Hauser, which I'm really excited to show you the head decals for. But let's get straight into showing you exactly how I upgrade these clone trooper faces. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I actually do this quickly with a couple of face decals that I'm actually doing right now. So I'm going to do a Rex, a Boyle, a Waxer, and a Cody as well. So these are all for a little commission that someone's ordered. So I'm going to be taking 4 of these little LEGO heads. These are the 2020 heads from the 501st Battle Pack and a couple other sets. And I'm going to be applying the decals to these. And I'm going to quickly show you through a little time lapse and a before and after of how these look and how easy these are to do. So these ones here are all made by Epic Decals. This is the Rex one right here. They come like this in their little sort of different groups, and you buy like a 501st pack, etc. If you guys want to pick up any of these from Blue Harvest Bricks, make sure to head over to the website. I'll leave a link down below, and you can use my code SWBricks for 10% off. Some other ones I wanted to try out tonight that I might do later on in this video are some of these. These might need to be adapted a little bit because they're not perfectly made for the 2020 faces, but I'm going to see what I can do. There's some pretty cool ones on this one right here, so definitely go check out these two people as well, Lego Star Wars Custom and also Fergie's Lego Obsession. Those are both great guys on Instagram. But yeah, let's get straight into making these clone face decals right now. Okay, so that is the decals done right there. You could see on the time lapse. It was pretty quick, honestly. That only took me like 5-10 minutes. Not very long at all. It's a pretty easy process, and it's definitely a fun one to do. Pretty sick. Obviously, the ones that you have to cut out more or sort of like adapt and stuff, obviously they take a bit longer, but yeah, these are pretty sick. Of course, with any decal you now have to seal them, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll show you these possibly at the end of the video. But yeah, pretty hyped with the way these came out. These look really good, and I do have all of these to add to my own clone troopers. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all the different heads that I've decaled recently that I'm going to be adding to my collection right now. And we're going to go ahead and upgrade all of my custom clone troopers with these awesome custom heads. So there we go. This is all of the different clone faces that I'm now going to be showing and applying to the clones in this video right here. So I'm going to take you through and give you a little better look at them whilst they are sort of off the bodies, and then we're going to go ahead and add them to all the different clone troopers that you can see in the back there. You can see there's so many I can barely even fit them on shot, but yeah, so we're going to start from the left here. We have Dogma. He just has this really cool little arrow pattern. This wasn't the best decal, it kind of didn't fit perfectly from what I remember, but it's pretty good nonetheless, and I think it looks really nice in my opinion. Next up we have 5, so sticking to the 501st theme. This guy looks pretty good, obviously got the 5 on his forehead right there, the little goatee underneath as well. This has been a very popular one. I think I must have done about 5 or so of these guys already and sold them to different people. Then we have Top next to him. I've really liked the way this one comes out, nice and simple with just the teardrop. Then Hardcase is another really cool one with that sort of different blue lightning bolt sort of pattern down his face, really matching well with the actual style of the clone trooper on his actual armor and stuff like that. I think Lucasfilm and Dave Filoni and everyone did an amazing job designing all these different heads for the clones. Like, they didn't have to go to this much detail. They could have just had a load of different 501st clones looking a bit more plain and stuff like that, but the level of detail they went to in the Clone Wars was just incredible, and it's definitely one of the reasons why it's such a loved series. But yeah, then we have Jesse. This is probably the hardest face decal to do because it's just so much coverage. I found this one quite tricky. It's kind of tricky to line it up as well. I don't think, again, the decal is perfectly made to fit on the face. I think it's slightly too big, but again, it looks really good, and I think it came out well, especially because if you think about this shape of a Lego face, obviously it's not going to be the same proportions and stuff to an actual face in real life, but yeah, overall it came out pretty well. Then we have Rex, again, pretty plain, just has a little bit of stubble at the bottom there. Then a really cool one, which I think is slightly the wrong color. It should probably be slightly lighter red, but this is Fox, and he has a dark red sort of like Republic symbol. I don't exactly know what this specific symbol is, but it looks really good over his right eye right there. Then we have Cody, pretty iconic one right here. Again, the decal's slightly too big. It goes onto the top of his head, so if you want to have any hair or anything on there, it does kind of overlap, but I think it came out pretty well, and it does the job for his scar that he has on the left hand side of his face. Then we continue with the 2/12 theme, and we have Boyle. Again, just a pretty plain one with Waxer and Boyle right here. They both just have different facial hairs. We have the goatee on Boyle on the left, and then we have Waxer with this sort of more mustache sort of thing right here. I think he's a really cool clone right there. And then one you may not have actually even spotted the face decal on, this is Hauser. He just has a sort of small scar down to the bottom left hand side of his cheek, and I think this looks pretty awesome. I kind of had to improvise this one. No one has actually made this decal yet, so I just cut a bit of a face off of, I think it was Bakara. I had a spare Bakara decal. I think this looks pretty good for what we see as that sort of scar down there on the side of his face. Then we have Bly. This guy is a cool clone, however he doesn't have the most amount of detail on his face. Just these two kind of yellow splotches on his cheek. I think they made them slightly darker than they maybe should be, but purely just to stand out against the sort of actual clone face. I think you wouldn't be able to see it otherwise. Then we have one of the coolest ones again, which is Bakara. This guy actually has some decals on the back of his head as well, which is some lightning bolts and some Arabesh writing, but yeah, really cool. A big scar across the face, and then two different patches of stubble. I'm not sure if this is actually a canon face. I've never actually been able to find photos of what Bakara looks like in real life or in canon in universe. I've only ever found the decals, so maybe the guy made it up. Maybe they're the actual decals for Bakara. I know the 2 dots kind of mimic the sort of 2 dots you see on his helmet, which is pretty cool, but either way, it's a really cool head. Then the final two are Neo on the left with just a tiny bit of green writing. I'm not sure what it says in Arabesh or whether you can even make it out. It's very tiny, but it's sort of drooping down below his left eye. Then we have Gree, who actually has hair. This is hair across the top of his head, I believe. It's sort of like almost two mohawks running across the top of his head. It's a very interesting style of haircut, almost tram lines with the two, sort of with the shaved patch in the middle and then the two shaved patches on either side, and red as well with the dyed hair. I think this is a cool one. Again, not the easiest one to decal, but I think it came out pretty well. But yeah, that's all the different clone faces right there. Let's apply them to all the different heads on all those clone troopers in the back and see how they turn out. Okay, so here are all the figs with their heads upgraded. I mean, how good does that Gree from Lego actually stand up against all of these customs? I think it looks really good, especially with that head right there. You can see Neo, Bakara, Bly, Hauser, Waxer and Boyle right there. You can see these are all looking incredible. I'm really loving the way these face decals add so much to the actual figures. You can see, I think they look really, really cool. That Cody isn't perfect right there, not my favorite one, but I think it looks good nonetheless. Then we move on. Fox, again, one of my favorite customs in my entire collection. Really, really clean fig, and that head, it just really adds a ton. That's the one I actually did quite a while ago, so you might have seen a photo of that on my Instagram. Then we do have Rex. Again, this guy's actually being given away in my 10,000 subscriber giveaway, so if you want to go join that or enter that, then make sure you check out that video. Then we have Jesse, looking really good with the minifig customs body, then a decaled helmet. This guy's really, really cool. I've done that with a load of my figs, and I think the print looks really, really good with the decaled helmet and decaled face. I think this is a really big upgrade. And then we have some more decaled figs. This is back to the 501st, or continuing with the 501st, I should say. And this is hard case, looking really good. You can see what I meant about the pattern, sort of like continuing from the helmet onto the actual face, which looks really awesome. Then Top, again, he's not the most detailed minifig right there. You can see he has the teardrop on his arm, which kind of matches the one on his helmet and his face, which is pretty sick. Next up we have 5, so again, really iconic, but he looks really, really good. And then Dogma finally is the last one right here. And what I think about these head decals in general is that they just aren't really made by anyone else. There's no one who really is printing face decals or face prints to this quality right here, or this accuracy. I think these look amazing. For that reason, I have been decaling my heads, just because I really do think this is the best thing out on there on the market right now. There's no one who's really doing it into the high quality that this really comes to. I think this looks really, really good. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. Let me know if you found anywhere that has printed heads. I know there's a load of companies that do printed heads, but none of them are really in this 2020 style, looking exactly like this, which I think is a shame. I mean, AV figures are kind of starting to do it, which is cool, but yeah, no one else is really on that level yet, which I think is a big shame. So I've had to resort to decals, but I think the decals look incredible. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below, guys. Let me know which you guys think is the biggest upgrade to the Clone Troopers, and which you think is the coolest face decals. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. Let me know which one of these clones you'd love to have in your collection the most. I think my favorite has got to be either that Fox. There's loads of them that just look amazing. I love the details on these figs right here. Hauser's a pretty cool one, as well as Bakara has some really cool details with like the slashes over his eyes and that sort of thing right there. But yeah, let me know which your favorite is in the comment section, guys. I'd love to hear some feedback, as well as leave a like on today's video if you did enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you want to see loads more custom clone content, then go check out my custom clone Instagram page, where I just post a ton of photos about figs that I've made, also little short videos on making the actual figs, and loads of other stuff. If you want to go check that out, then I'll leave a link in the top of the description. It's named SW Bricks and Clones. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow my regular Instagram as well for more updates pretty much daily as well, and then also check out my TikTok if you do enjoy that short form content. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.